Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here at CRO coin, seeing what's going on. Man, this extra volume is really exciting. It really leads me to believe we should see the price continue to higher to hit this liquidity level upwards of about 11.8 to maybe 12.3. If we can break that 12.3, we will see that work as a new support. We'll talk about how that usually works here in a minute. I also wanted to kind of discuss a little bit about the bigger picture here, and just generally speaking, some previous levels here. So we do got a resistance level from before at about 11.5. Okay, so we're coming up on that as well as potential retest. So we'll talk about that. Okay. So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor, and I love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. Quick congrats to our community members too. We have some phenomenal trades here. Took a nice Solana long last night, about 56% in 13 hours and only 6x leverage. We got in at 55.75, and we've taken the first 3 profit targets so far. Fantastic situation there. And again, welcome to some of our community members here. We got Jane Bitunix. She's one of our reps over at Bitunix. Thanks again for the opportunity there. Vlad, welcome as well on board. Good to have you guys along. And just in case you're unfamiliar, Bitunix is a phenomenal exchange, $5,500 in bonus rewards when you register with my link. And obviously, we have trading competitions coming up here soon. The main reason why we're using it, though, is just because no KYC, no VPN requirements. A lot of my US and Canadian followers, members, etc., had difficulty with exchanges here recently. So just like to try to bring more opportunities to you. And I can tell you, they're phenomenal. They got trailing stop losses. You can have multiple take profit targets. It's extremely, extremely well formatted. So awesome exchange. So what we want to do here is, I guess we can kind of summarize the daily. It's pretty darn good, though, honestly. If you can see here perfectly, we wick down to that previous shorter term time frame trend line. So we can kind of pull this out a little bit and just recognize that we're still trending positively. We got a long-term trend line we are not going to worry about for a while. We're above the 20-day SMA. Money flow index is back on track. We didn't bounce necessarily off 70 on the RSI, but we're breaking through that once more. These are all bullish signs here. Okay, now it doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to shoot to the moon, but it does imply that we're on course and we're still looking good and we're on the right side of the tracks. We look at TD sequential, we got a little bit of a reset there with this recent consolidation. So hypothetically, we got another 7 to 10 days of continuation of the upside. Okay? Again, strictly hypothetical. You never take a trade based on the daily time frame telling you one thing, but those are all complementing factors. The key is to see the 1 hour and the 4 hour complementing factors as well, which we are sort of seeing here so far. Let me explain. First of all, with the RSI, we can see RSI is between 50 and 70. That's a sweet spot. Basically means that you could take a long right now and still be good and not feel like you're a late long. Okay? We also see money flow index extremely high. Obviously, that's mostly based on this most recent candle here. Significant increase. We take a look at its history when it does this. This is when the price action hit a really strong volume candle, and it continued upwards from there. Okay. Now again, it didn't continue too much further. It went up maybe a good 20%, but that's still a pretty solid increase, right? So hypothetically, 20% from here would put us somewhere in the range of that. What do you know? Exactly there at about 12.3 to break that most recent high. I think there's a strong probability we're going to sweep that liquidity and the price continues upwards. If so, that would set us up perfectly for a cup and handle pattern, or perhaps just a breakout. The price comes back down to retest that recent resistance and use it as support and continue upwards. Nonetheless, fantastic stuff. We got a MACD convergence here as well, all confirming factors letting us know we are on the right side of tracks and we're well above all moving averages. There's literally nothing disadvantageous on this chart on the 4 hour time frame. While we are moderately overextended, it's not significant enough. Take a look at this. Look how perfect this is. Price consolidates right before this resistance level here for the volume profile, shoots through, comes back down to retest 0.5 on Fibonacci, and now we're getting a bounce. 0.5, again, keep your eye on that guy. It's always a very consistent trend line, Fibonacci level, essentially a trend line, but more horizontal than ascending or descending. Either way, last thing we want to look at here on the hourly is the Ichimoku cloud. Just confirm we've broken soundly through the cloud, got tons of momentum, and we got the lagging span free and clear. So there's literally no reason why you should consider closing your long position right now. We have full-on confirmation that if you're long with this coin right now, you let it ride. If you're taking a short, you're doing it wrong right now because we have since broken through that previous resistance level at 0.382. Ever since we broke through that level, we have no reason to short. Okay. Now, granted, we have a short that was opened a few days ago. We hit our third profit target, so we closed about 80% of that already. We do have a little bit left writing, so we will see what happens with that, but the stop loss is already adjusted to break even, so if it hits it, we're still profitable. Again, There's different strategies in how you want to trade, but we trade more safely, and we like to secure profits. If you are a diamond hand holder, that's perfectly fine. If you're hodling for the long picture, different story. But if you're diamond handing with a large leverage trade, you may want to rethink some things. You'll get lucky a few times, but big picture, it never truly works out. So again, I get a lot of a lot of members coming to our community that have gotten their asses handed to them because they did that exact thing. Again, high leverage, high risk. We prefer low leverage, low risk, and just slow, consistent gains. That's perfectly fine. I'd much rather make a living at this than get wrecked because I made one mistake. Again, different strategies, but not disregarding anyone who is successful with that. That's still a decent strategy for some people. Different strokes for different folks, right? All right, so that's pretty much what we got here. I want to ask you a favor. Please like the video. Please follow if you haven't already. Comment below, more importantly, and let us know what kind of position do you have with CRO right now. Are you long or short? And more important, how much CRO do you have? We got some members that are upwards of 70, 80,000 CRO. It's really cool. So I hope that continues to work well for you. Thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.